Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. I'm James and you're watching Blue Dog Aquatics. Alright guys, welcome back. If you're new to this channel, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that button, hit the like button if you're enjoying these videos. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. We bring you videos every Monday and Friday. We try to be as educational as possible. This is our female Panther Chameleon right now. We thought we had her bred with Blueberry, our other Panther Chameleon, but it didn't take. She doesn't have her gravid colors, so we'll have to try again. But he was a little under the weather, so that might have had something to do with it, but who knows, we'll see. Also, on a side note, we are moving forward with a building that we found. It's going to take 30 to 45 days to finish construction that we need, and then we'll be moving in and starting to set everything up. So we'll stay tuned for those. We'll have lots of videos of what the store looks like before, and then different projects that we're going to be doing, whether it's custom paludariums or custom aquariums and custom terrariums for these guys. They'll be moving from this location here out to the store, except for maybe the captain. I think he will stay here, mostly because he's not for sale. But if you enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Drop a comment down low. We've been getting lots of comments lately, so that's awesome. If you have any questions on what we're doing, feel free to ask, and we'll be happy to answer them for you. Now what we're doing today is we're doing feeding. We're doing feeding of everybody, aquariums and terrariums, and even the beardies. So stay tuned for that. Actually, stay tuned. No, we actually got it going. You look in here, we have all the dubias. We actually have them in the calcium and bee pollen. The bee pollen is actually used to help the appetite of the chameleons. If you have a chameleon that isn't really eating a whole lot, small doses of it will actually help increase their appetite. So we'll put in a couple for her. Now if you zoom in over here, you can get right up in there. And you can see we actually have a feeding dish for her over to the right, and that's actually what she likes to eat out of, versus our veil chameleon. You can see her right to the left. She looks cranky today. That's Rio. I actually put food over in her dish over here, and then the captain, he has his own little food dish too. But so we will actually introduce food. Now, a big thing with feeding dishes is you got to make sure that your chameleons can find it. If they're smaller chameleons, they won't be able to find it. So, let's see. About a medium-sized dubia, that's perfect for her. And what I do is I just drop them in there for her. Got another medium-sized one. And what I'm going to do is she'll let go of me. Alright, go in there and eat with them. But what I do is I put the food in there, and then I make sure that they eat afterwards. Now, Mama here loves her some dubias. You can see. But see, I don't want her to take it from the tongs. Look, she's already dancing. Yep, here she comes. That's a tiny stick, Mama. See, I lead her. This is actually how you target feed. You get her attention, and then what I do is I bring them down and I drop them in her feeder. You missed, Mama. They're down in there. They're down in there. Oh, there's one right there. Bam! Oh, it's a little slick. She's going into stealth mode. Got it. With bigger dubias, you want to try and get it where they can eat the head first. That way, there's no chance of your the dubia turning around and biting your chameleon. Now, come over to the captain here. Got some stuck shed, buddy. Him, I rarely ever see eat. I'll put him in there, and he will. He's got a little cup over here, but he eats at his own leisure. Oh, you want to come out and say hi? You want to come out and say hi, buddy? You guys all know the captain. We actually have merchandise right now on him. We have t-shirts with his face that say the captain on them. So we'll drop the link down below for you, and I'll actually put a picture right here for you. Yeah, he loves coming out and saying hi and enjoying the camera. But you got to go back, buddy. We actually just ran into some issues with, so we have a mister that runs this whole setup, and after 3 months it crapped out on us. So we got a new replacement Mist King that we got to install. But you can also see we have foggers on each side of the enclosure, and that's to run all night for them to keep their humidity level up. Now I will actually switch over to, we have some superworms here, and I will give them a light dusting. Shake and bake. But we'll feed the bearded dragons now. You all remember Miss Piggy from the last video? Look at her. She's just insane when it comes to food. Now they already had veggies this morning, so that's why we're feeding the mealworms now. Yeah, she just takes them down. I typically feed her about 3 a day. She's drastically, oh, here she goes again. Ah, not the tongue, let's get the superworm. Look at her. She already saw the next mealworm, and she's chomping this one down in a hurry. It's like, okay, I gotta make room. Having trouble with that last little bit? Oh. Yep, and there she is. She's got her 3. Now we'll move over to Mama over here. She still hasn't had her babies, so we're still waiting on that. Let's see if she'll want to eat for us today. She's destroyed her enclosure. Good, Mama. We had a lot of good suggestions on what to name her. We'll probably pick a name for her really soon. Good, Mama. Come here, superworm. Come out of the cup. Go to your new home. Inside Mama's belly. Now typically with her, I can tell when she's done because she'll close her eyes. Actually, zoom over real quick. The captain's eating. I told you, he does it at his own leisure. He's like, oh, you caught me. And then our Vale actually got her other dubia, so she's eating right now too. Not all chameleons like to be watched when they eat, so just be mindful that if you put food in, they're not always going to eat right in front of you. Now down here, we're actually going to add some video, so I'll stop talking for a second. But real quick, this is Hot Rod. He's got some crap in his food dish. He's probably hiding right now. But anyway, I will drop some video of him right now. And so he's still smaller, so we give him small dubias, and he'll come over and he'll find these guys. There's an itty bitty one. Another itty bitty one. We gotta give him a decent sized one. There we go. This one's got a... This dubia's got a baby walking around on its head. Alright, good. We got 4 left. Now make sure you guys are misting your chameleons twice a day, and then running foggers at night. So we will jump over and we will take care of the rest of the chameleons, and then we'll switch over to feeding all the aquatics. So now this guy, he doesn't have a name. He's not all that pretty. He's a yellow blue bar. And we'll see if I can find him without getting bit. I know roughly where he likes to hide. Maybe. But we're still trying to target feed him. Oh, yep. Don't bite me. There he is. There he is. He's gonna let it go. He's like, you're watching me, bro. He's watching it though. And it fell. I don't know why chameleons. He'll find it eventually. Not want to eat? Okay. Put it in his cup for him. I'm sure he's going to track down that other one. But this guy doesn't have a name either. He came in a little shaky. Alright guys, this is Blueberry. You can see, so when he came to us, you see this side of his face, he's actually got stuck shed, and that's what we've been addressing. He's actually shedding right now too, so that doesn't help. But yeah, when he came into us, he was just in really rough shape. So we have all this medicine for him, and I'll actually pass him on to my girlfriend while I get all of his medication ready. Now, these are just ointments that so the one that I'm doing right now, It's actually for his insides, so it's fighting the, just so he doesn't get infections. It's fighting it both from the inside and the outside. So he just gets a very small amount, and so what we're going to do is we're going to try and get him to open his mouth, spray it in, and that's it for that medication. This is what can happen sometimes if you don't have the proper foggers and stuff like that, and the misting cycles is they can get stuck shed on them, and it's really bad for their health. They can get infections and lose toes. This guy's actually lost a ton of his nails because of stuck sheds. So what we're doing with the this bristle here is, oh, don't hiss at me. I know, but it feels good. Yeah, see, he bites it. But what we're doing is we're putting the ointment over the stuck shed to help with that. He doesn't like it. Yeah, see, he's in a mood. But I'd rather him bite the toothbrush than my finger. Yeah, see, that feels better, huh? And we gotta give that a second to dry. You can see his setup here. We have the dripper, and we actually have a fogger in between. Don't hop at me. Now this is where you run into where you might get bit. I'm actually holding the back of his head so that he can't pivot on me and get me bit, since it is right next to his mouth. And you can kind of hear him huffing a little bit, but this is for his own good. So he's all done there. And so what we'll do here, he is, I mean, he's so food driven. So he might not eat in front of us because now he's like, oh, you let me out, so I should be able to get out more. And if you see the video that I did with the Science Gal Aquatics, I had him out during the discussion, so I don't know what that was. But he's all situated, so we'll go ahead and close him up. And hang tight, and we will get into the aquatics. Alright guys, we're upstairs. We went ahead and fed most of the shrimp downstairs in our Buenos Aires tetras, just so that it doesn't drag out the video a long time. But in here we have our fancy RTs, and we actually have super blacks. We haven't set up a tank yet for the super blacks, so right now that they're just cohabitating with the fancy RTs. Who knows, maybe I'll get a cool setup. But these are the shrimp pellets that I use. I use them for all my shrimp, and they seem to love them. So depending on the tank size and depending on how many shrimp you have, depends on how much you want to feed. This tank right here has at least 100 in here, so we tend to do a couple of pellets on one side of this tank, and then I do a couple of pellets on this side of the tank. That way there's food for everybody. And we're not going to feed the betas today. I feed them when we do the water change, and then periodically throughout the week, but it's not time for them. This is my little snail tank, so all I do is I just put a couple pellets in there for them. And then we have the guppy tank here. These guys go nuts over this. And then lastly, I have my extreme red King Kongs back here, but they're really hard to see. I gotta cut back that tank. But that's everything. That is everybody fed. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, make sure to like and subscribe, share with your family and friends so we can keep getting more and more subscribers. We bring videos to you every Monday and Friday. And as always, the big question, your tank or mine?